I'm trying to renovate this really inefficiently furnished room, which I'm in right now because it's my bedroom, and it's currently a bit of a mess. You'll probably understand later why it always is, because I basically don't have space for anything. But I'm running into a bit of a problem, well, several problems, because I have really weird constraints on where I can and cannot put stuff due to things that are really completely out of my control. So if you'd like to stick around and give me some advice, it would be really appreciated. So for starters, the room is just about 8.5 square meters, which is not the complete surface, but just the usable one for me, because all of that, the wardrobe and computers, are not actually mine. The jacket over there is not mine either, which is really funny because it's right in front of my bed. But yeah, I counted the surface up until the wardrobe, and that is what creates some of the weird constraints because, as you can imagine, I can't really put stuff in front of there, and I also have to leave a little walkway for people to access them, which, to be fair, I would be fine with a much smaller walkway than it is right now, but it would really not be appreciated if I shrunk it. Then, of course, we have the whole window, which I can't put anything in front of. And also, right now, the curtain situation a bit weird because they are almost a good 10 centimeters off the window. So I'll probably change that too. And of course, the walkway leads to my sister's room, so that is pretty much unusable for furniture as well. The current setup is having my bed right here in this pretty weird position because it's actually on wheels, because my mother, for some reason, believes that the only way to clean around it is being able to move it completely from its original position. So yeah, I have to move it pretty much over here every time I vacuum. But I just have that and my desk and the little column over there, which is basically my wardrobe, because again, that was not mine. And yeah, these three little things and this very inefficient nightstand that I want to get rid of because it has no actual storage. Like, it's a little table with fancy tablecloths that always have dust on them and make me have asthma attacks, which is also not great. Pretty much takes up the whole available space and leaves me with very little floor space, which is actually what I'm trying to maximize right now. Because what I would ideally want is to have a pretty big open space that I can use as a sort of home dance studio, because where I usually film my dance covers, I'll put a picture somewhere here, is technically my mother's room, although it looks like a living room that, yeah, it's as big as the whole room that me and my sister used to share before she moved out, although her room is still over there. And yeah, it would be much easier if I had my own space and didn't have to ask her permission every single time and clean everything every single time, because God forbid I walk on her marble. But anyway, my first idea was to put the bed over here against my sister's wardrobe, because it's pretty much the only place it will fit. Of course, I can't put it here, I can't put it over there, and I really can't put it against this wall either, because I would lose access to the only outlet I have. But still, it's not ideal, because my mom will be really mad that it's straight under those that are pretty much my only storage besides that, and I really can't get rid of. But even considering she would allow this, my desk does fit over here, but that pretty much leaves no room to fit the column, like, at all. It doesn't fit here, and again, here's the window, and I can't really get rid of that either because, like, that's my wardrobe. So yeah, unfortunately, although I did measure things several times and even thought of ways to maybe get rid of that by moving these over the new desk position so they can be longer and maybe have an additional one that can be used for the non-clothing stuff in there, I still really need that for my clothes. So I'm really at a loss, not only for being able to have the space I want, but to be fair with this disposition, even to be able to fit the column at all, even if it ate some of my usable space. The only way I can think that would kind of work is that if I didn't have that computer over there, which again is not mine, mine's that, the only person who uses that is my mother, I could fit both the column and probably something else on the side, like one of those metal racks you hang things from, which would be really cool to have for my costumes. But I really don't think that is going to happen, the same way the wardrobe is not going away. And yeah, I'm afraid that right now this is not just a little bit of an inconvenience, it's just a straight up mathematically not solvable problem. So what do you guys think? Any idea that could help?